Well, I can't say that I saw that one coming. I just went through and went for my long run, got all decked out. I had my music player on. I had my timer set. All my food, water supply. I had my backpack that I carry with water. The belt around it. And I even had some salt tablets and. I was prepared for a very long run, and I got about, I would say, a mile and a half, and I got a small drizzle, and I thought, well, I can run through this. This is no problem. Matter of fact, maybe it'll cool me off just a little bit. Got to going a little bit further, and I've got to say, it just started kicking up, and it seemed like the further I went, the worse the rain got. I don't mind running in the rain necessarily, but I wasn't well equipped to run in the rain in this particular instance. And the sad part is I almost brought my rain jacket, but I looked at the weather, and the weather actually, it had an hour by hour statement, and it wasn't supposed to come according to the thing that I use for about another 2 hours, so I thought I had plenty of time. And evidently their timing was just a bit off. So I left the rain jacket here and made a decision not to wear it in this particular case. And that speaks to volumes to survival in general, because that's the way survival is your whole life. Everything, if you think it's going to go according to plan, you are going to be severely disappointed, regardless if it's a long run or whether it's just an average thing that you're doing in life. So what happened to me on the long run in this particular case is I got about 3.5 miles, and I made the decision that I needed to turn around and head back. So I finished the run with 7 miles, but let me tell you, the second half was a downpour of torrential downpour, and it just, I was soaking wet. I was disappointed. My shoes were wet now. It's very difficult to get shoes dried out. And so now I've got some obstacles that I've got to deal with that I wouldn't have had to deal with had it not rained. And I didn't finish the run. Now, am I disappointed? Of course not. I had a blast. I mean, it was hilarious. I enjoyed it. I listened to music most of the time. It was even comical because there was so much water that the water drained down in my ear, and when the earplug went in to the eardrum, it stuffed water in my ear so bad that I couldn't hear, and I had to quit listening to music. So it was a very interesting trip, but at the end of the day, I made it back, and my long run this week was 7 miles. It wasn't 14, and it wasn't 11, but it was 7. And so I may not have accomplished everything that I wanted to, but I certainly put a good dent in it. And the moral of this whole thing is survival isn't always going to be 100%. Sometimes, you're going to have some pain, and you're going to have to work through it. Sometimes you're going to have bad situations, and you're going to have to get through them. Sometimes you're going to want to go 13 miles, and your body or the weather conditions or whatever it is not going to allow you to accomplish what you need to accomplish. So what you do is not stop, is you put that particular item, do what you can, and then say, next time I'm going to do it, and it wasn't my fault I didn't accomplish it, but I did what I could do, and next time I'll do better. If it doesn't rain torrentially and have some kind of, massive downpour, whatever. And even then, I'm not sure I wouldn't run in it. I'd just be a little more prepared. This was this was a soaking wet deal for me. So it was a very interesting time. I had a blast. I enjoyed it. I don't care that it rained. It still was fun. And so that's the story on the long run. I didn't get to do the podcast, so I'm going to do it here shortly after I get kind of cleaned up and dried up. So tune in to that. That should be up later this evening or in the morning, and I'll share some more about this particular event. And I hope to talk to you real soon.